Have you ever noticed how the most successful people around you seem to have this quiet ease about them? They're not hustling harder or grinding longer hours. They're not shouting about their achievements or constantly busy. Instead, there's something almost invisible in how they move through their days. Steady, intentional, almost effortless. Something small but deliberate. Psychology says this isn't coincidence. Hidden in the simplest daily actions are patterns that can gradually rewire your brain, shift your emotional state, and quietly transform how you experience life. And some of the most powerful examples come from a culture that has mastered the art of tiny, intentional changes. Picture this. You're scrolling through your phone first thing in the morning, already feeling behind before your day even starts. Your mind is racing through everything you need to accomplish, every deadline looming, every problem demanding attention. But somewhere across the world, millions of people are starting their day completely differently. They're practicing habits so small they seem almost meaningless. Yet these micro-rituals are creating deep, lasting shifts in their mental clarity, emotional balance, and life satisfaction. Here's what most people miss about transformation. We think change has to be dramatic, visible, overwhelming. We believe that to fix our lives, we need complete overhauls, perfect morning routines, or life-altering decisions. But psychology reveals something different. The human brain responds more powerfully to consistency than intensity. It values repetition over revolution. This is where Japanese culture becomes fascinating. For centuries, they've understood something Western psychology is just beginning to prove. Small, sustained actions compound into extraordinary results, not through force or willpower, but through gentle persistence and mindful attention. The first habit might surprise you with its simplicity. It's called Kaizen, and it literally means continuous improvement through tiny steps. But here's the psychological genius behind it. When you try to make massive changes, your brain often triggers resistance. It perceives big shifts as threats to your current identity. Your nervous system fights back with procrastination, self-doubt, and eventually, complete abandonment of your goals. Kaizen works differently. It operates below your brain's threat detection system. Instead of overwhelming your willpower, it builds neural pathways gradually. You're not shocking your system into compliance. You're training it to embrace change as normal, natural, and safe. Research shows that when you commit to improvements so small they feel almost ridiculous, something remarkable happens. Your brain stops resisting and starts cooperating. That one extra vegetable at lunch becomes a gateway to better nutrition. Those 5 additional minutes of reading create a foundation for lifelong learning. The micro-habit becomes a bridge to the person you're trying to become. But here's where it gets deeper. Most people abandon Kaizen because they don't understand its emotional architecture. They start small but expect immediate, visible results. When the changes feel insignificant, they assume the method isn't working. They're measuring the wrong thing. Kaizen isn't about the outcome of each tiny action. It's about rewiring your relationship with change itself. Every time you follow through on a micro-commitment, you're proving to yourself that transformation is possible. You're building evidence that you can be trusted with your own growth. This creates a psychological foundation that supports much larger changes later. The beauty lies in its simplicity. Pick one habit you can complete in under 5 minutes. Attach it to something you already do automatically. Don't aim for perfection or dramatic progress. Aim for repetition, gentle progress, and consistent self-respect. Your brain will begin to expect these small improvements. What started as conscious effort becomes unconscious competence. The tiny habit disappears into your daily rhythm, but its effects accumulate quietly in the background of your life. This is just the beginning. The Japanese have identified 4 other micro-habits that work with your psychology, not against it. Each one targets a different aspect of human well-being, and together they create a foundation for transformation that feels natural instead of forced. You've just seen the first mechanism. The next move is yours.